Every year, land the size of Egypt disappears from our planet. This impacts nearly half the people on Earth, over 3.2 billion lives. But one woman bravely stepped forward to face this crisis. Her name is Wanjira Mathai. Wanjira grew up surrounded by Kenya's magnificent natural beauty. Alongside her mother, she planted trees, learning firsthand the miraculous power nature holds to nurture and sustain life. Her mother was Wangari Maathai, the first African woman to receive the Nobel Peace Prize, a global symbol of environmental conservation. Carrying forward her mother's legacy, Wanjira became the director of the Green Belt Movement in 2012. Planting tens of millions of trees and revitalizing communities across Africa.
All on a continent where we know 60% of soils are degraded. And there is hope.
Women were the ones who were feeling the pressures of environmental degradation. They were not able to have food, nutritious food for their children. They couldn't find fuel. They had to walk further and further away. And of course they had to walk further and further away to find water. Very quickly, for these women who are the custodians of energy and food in their homes, they felt the most pressure to do something about it. And I think that the response to a movement like the Green Belt movement was, for me, a fantastic intersection of how you could see women's rights and the environment coming together so beautifully.
Mathina maria twacemanagia namo ri kwari na ng'aragu tondu wona mbura ndiauraga tondu gutari na miti mbura ni yagaga kuura uguo kwari na ng'aragu kwari na thina wa ngũ ona ciana itiathomaga tondu tutionaga kindu gia guthomithia nakio tondu irio itirakĩgĩa oko ni riũa rĩara umenye mathina mothe oko mbura yaura ĩgakua tĩri wothe ũnoru wothe kana thumu ũrĩa ũkoragwo kũu igũrũ wothe ũgathiĩ.
The conflicts we're seeing today around the world, a lot of them are conflicts of resources. And those resources, a lot of them have to do with the environment. So the degradation of the environment was always a part of, or a pathway to conflict. And therefore the restoration of the environment should be seen as an act of peace and an act of peace building.
Planting trees is about far more than creating forests. It means ending hunger, creating jobs, uniting communities, and preventing conflicts. It is a precious path toward peace. In 2019, Wanjira became vice president of the World Resources Institute, bringing global attention to the critical importance of land restoration.
Well, deforestation is devastating. It is essentially denuding the land. And the most immediate is the pollution of water. You have a lot of sediment, soil going into the water. And that's not even the worst. The worst is really that they lose the most precious soil for food production.
And today she leads the AFR 100 initiative, a bold commitment to restore 100 million hectares of degraded land in Africa by 2030.
The restoration movement may be the single most important movement in cushioning us, especially as Africans, against the worst impacts of climate change.
Wanjira Mathai is one of the great environmental heroes of our time.
Restoring land is healing the past and designing the future.
The tree we plant today will become tomorrow's forest. It will provide the breath of life for future generations. For the future of our planet, she continues planting life and growing peace. The Sunhak Peace Prize.